Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And Paul Feig is still salty.
Yeah, apparently. Well, this is a couple days ago, but still.
Yeah, Paul Feig is pretty upset that he got called out for calling out Sony because they didn't put 2016 Ghostbusters in the box set. So
right.
we know what happened. They sort of buckled, sorta, and threw a digital code in to shut them up. Mm-hmm. But this is a guy who had a temper tantrum on Twitter, and then he was angry when people called him out for it.
Yes.
And do I have this right?
Yes, pretty much.
All right, so we're going to talk about this because Ghostbusters 2016 is the movie that will not die. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter how much Sony tries to step over it. Even if it's not part of the conversation, journalists and the people associated with that movie are making damn sure you don't forget about it.
Right, and they're going to say the same narratives in the comments, the same narratives. It's misogynist. No, did you watch the new one? It was led by women too. No.
Yeah,
no.
It's so weird because there was all this, I think, faux goodwill between Paul Feig and Jason Reitman. They were like, oh, hey, thanks for making a good movie. Yeah, we're all Ghostbusters, everybody. Everything's good here. And then Afterlife came out, performed very well, overwrote 2016, and journos tried to attack it, and now the gloves are off.
I don't know what's necessarily faux between those two. They might get along fine, but he's just mad at Sony for not putting it in the box set, even though the box set seems to follow the timelines with the original movie, and his was an afterthought.
So
yes.
we have Ghostbusters Afterlife and Ghostbusters Afterthought.
Pretty much. It was in a different continuity.
Yeah, I don't understand why they think it would be included.
They didn't put the animated series in there either, which are,
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I don't know. Anyway, we're going to talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Almost 250,000 subs. If you can hit the subscribe button, hoping to get there before New Year's. Don't know if it's going to happen, but the support is greatly.
At least we tried.
Yeah, at least we tried. We get cake. We get cake for that. At
least
we
cake.
Tried.
I don't get the Witch's Legos. Anyway,
we're gonna eat.
I'd get them either way.
Yeah, you would. We'll get you some Legos.
I don't know if I want them. I'm sorry. It's more of a place to put it. Anyway, but it's about ghosts, so it's related. Yeah, so basically how this whole thing went down, if you haven't heard, I don't know how you wouldn't have. So they announced this box set, a definitive box set, Ghostbusters 1, Ghostbusters 2, and then Afterlife. It's, there it is. They have all kinds of extra features. There's a second cut of the one movie. I mean, it's all kinds of stuff. It's really cool. People were excited, but they mentioned that, hey, 2016 wasn't in there. Of course, that led to most people not caring either way, and then some whiners on Twitter having a little meltdown because they weren't in it. To which then Paul Feig goes and has to put this tweet up.
Yeah, he's like, and he does this publicly. This is what blows my mind. So Paul Feig publicly calls out Sony. This is a director, right? Like, you literally could just pick the phone up. So I'm thinking that he knew this was going to happen, but he was hoping it wouldn't happen, and then he decided he was going to try to put some Twitter pressure on the studio, which if it were me, I would say thanks, but no thanks, especially since you called us out publicly. Mm-hmm. Not going to do it. Good luck with that. You're never touching Ghostbusters again. But of course, these studios don't want bad press. So he puts this tweet out. Sony Pictures, I know this must be a mistake. We do have a lot of fans, and Bill, Dan, and Ernie were in it, and that won the Kids' Choice Award for Best Feature Film. That is almost an Academy Award. Kids' Choice. Did you get slimed, Paul? Did they slime you?
Probably.
So I guess it was just an oversight. Hashtag, we're all Ghostbusters. Yeah, it's as much of an oversight as the Thanksgiving tweet where they literally put every version of Ghostbusters in that tweet except for 2016.
Or is this a matter of they're going with one continuity and that's an outlier? And that could be because, they didn't put the animated versions in it either. So I'm like, he had a hissy fit on Twitter. Yes. Just to stir people up, because he wanted to make sure everybody knew about it. So he caught, he riled everybody up. And their answer was, you're going to get a digital code for the movie, which is a big nothing burger. They're not recalling it and redoing it and putting a DVD in there. They're giving it away for free yet again. They've already given it away for free many times.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is like, I know some people, and look, I'm not throwing shade at other YouTubers, and I don't want to do that, but I've seen people be like, in the comments, like, this is bending the knee. I'm like, no, to me personally, This is nothing. This is like we had a bunch of codes. It literally cost them nothing. They can say they did something. Hey, at least we tried.
It's more of like it's like shut up, hush money. It's hush money.
It's not. Yeah, and
it's not even money. It's a hush coupon.
It's a coupon. Here, go get your free candy bar or whatever. Shut up, Paul. And the thing is that 2016, like you said, it has been available for free so many times. It was available for free like months after it was in the theater.
And the thing is, if people like the movie, they're allowed to like the movie.
Yeah, you're allowed to like
I know
it.
people who like it. It's completely cool to like the movie. I have no problem if you like 2016. But I think that this was a bad look for Paul Feig to do this. And then especially since on the day after Christmas, he has to go back and post this little zinger.
Yeah, so he's back at it. He got something, right? Ghostbusters... Answer the call, haters. I have to say I admire your passion. The fact that you've spent the days of Christmas sending me angry tweets instead of simply enjoying a lovely holiday just makes me want to send you all lots of love and joy. Truly wishing you all the best. Seriously.
So he's going to play like I'm the better person? Then why the hell did you put the tweet up in the first place and act like a child? He
literally called Sony out in public on Twitter. I mean, this is a discussion that should have happened behind the scenes.
Yeah. And then he's like, I'm the bigger person here. Pat in the head. I'm disregarding you. Aren't you cute?
You're ignoring the haters just like Sony ignored you, Paul.
And you ignored him so much. You ignored him so much you had to go put a tweet up about it.
Yeah, like come on now.
Oh, the comments to it are even better. Now, of course, do not go after anybody, harass anybody. These are public comments, but. Don't be an idiot, okay? Don't go harassing people and stuff. But there are some interesting comments in among this. I especially like the one about from the one this person he flat out admits that he gave it a bad review because of Answer the Call.
Well, I wanted to pull this up too because this just happened today.
Oh no! Someone sent me that. Is it today or yesterday? Yeah,
yesterday.
Yeah, but they were sending us this, and they said that a bunch of other people were copying the same headline.
Yeah,
and they're trying to make this.
Gruesomely sentimental and strangely sexual?
Was it because the
probably
the Keymaster and Gatekeeper, but that was the way it was in the first movie?
Dan Aykroyd got a blowjob.
That was totally unnecessary.
It was a ghost. It was a dream.
It was a dream. And it was unnecessary, but still.
It was a ghost. I don't know if that counts.
And it was a dream, so it wasn't real. But, they're sharing this headline around. They just will not let this go. But this one person flat out admits, I wrote a negative review of Ghostbusters Afterlife where I called Answer the Call unfairly maligned. So he admits he just gave it a bad review just to put in there about Answer the Call, which a bunch of these it's same with like Rise of Skywalker. Yeah. They all like, white knighted for 2016 so hard. And now they're like, well, oh my God, you undid it. I have to give it a negative review because it was unfair. And then now this a fan called him at home on Sunday. I don't think it's...
never, ever just call people up. Even if how'd
they get his number?
Well, he's got his full name and middle initial on his, so it's probably not hard to track him down. But I'm like, don't call people up.
Why would you do that?
That's stupid. And I hope, I'll tell you the truth. I hope... that whoever called him gets a call from the police. And,
no, he said he reported it, which you need to.
Did somebody tell him not to answer the call?
Oh my God. But he answered the call.
You answered the call,
No,
dude.
I mean, it's probably true. People are like, well, there's no proof it happened. It's probably true. I'm not going to say it's not true because we have been on the receiving end of shit for a while now because we don't like a cartoon. So I'm sure it probably did happen. Don't do that.
Do not.
And plus, this gives them what they want.
Do not do this. I mean, if it happened, I mean, we have a lot of journalists that make these claims. They never, show any receipts or anything. But
how are you going to show a receipt for a phone call?
Well, I'll show you. I don't know.
I mean, I'm just like, I think it probably did happen. If it was me, I honestly think it happened. But don't do that. It literally just gives them what they want, and then they can cry bully.
Too, sometimes people do that, and then they claim to be like on the other side, but they're not actually on the other side.
True.
They're just looking to, stir shit up. You never know with the internet. You never know who you're dealing with. But
it was funny to me that I wrote a negative review because I wanted to make sure everybody knew that Answer the Call was malign. I'm like, so you literally admit to writing a bad review because you wanted to promote Answer the Call. You just admitted to it.
So here's the thing. So we're having this conversation again about this movie again, and it's getting toxic again. Why, Paul, did you bring this up in public and call out Sony in public if you didn't want to get any kind of pushback? You had to have known what would happen.
That's okay. Brian here from Paranormal Con on Camera, one of the people that believe everything that you see and every video that comes through is, oh my God, can you believe the reality of that when it's clearly fake? Well, him and his friends, answered the call, which is good. If they like it, that's okay. They're allowed to like it. I just found this very entertaining to me personally. I just found that and he felt the need to chime in on this one. I'm like, dude, I know when I used to like the Haunted Collector, I used to think, okay, you guys are kind of cool. And then I saw you on Paranormal Con on Camera, and literally the stuff is the fakest shit I've ever seen. And you guys were all on there like, well, it's so real. I had to think about it. Well, maybe it was just somebody sending a message from the other. And I'm like, it's clearly fake. Every clip is like some message from the other side, but it's clearly fake. So I'm not really necessarily going to believe what you say.
Speaking of fake, I think all of this is manufactured. I think this was a case of, despite the pleasantries they exchanged, Feig and Reitman, and I think on Reitman's end, everything's probably fine. Why wouldn't it be? His movie was pretty well received by fans.
And did way better.
Yeah, right. But, 2016 has been this really polarizing movie. It's right up there with The Last Jedi. And
I don't think it's as up there with those. Oh, no, I guess it is in the fact that they use it every time anything comes up.
Yeah, and they were not going to go quietly into the night. They weren't going to let Afterlife come out and just do its thing for better or worse.
It's done. You're over. It's done. Move on. Isn't that what you tell us all the time?
Move on.
Get over it.
So Paul Feig could have moved on. And if you were angry about Answer the Call not being in the box set, you did not have to call Sony out in public because you knew damn well what was going to happen.
So he called Sony out in public, and then people are like calling him out for calling them out and acting like a giant baby. And then he's like, I'm taking the high road. Oh, you haters, you're paying so much attention to me. I'm like, you're the one that started it. You literally started it.
Can't you go look, your time on Ghostbusters is probably over, given some of the comments by Dan Aykroyd, but who the hell knows, right? Move on. Go get like a Netflix show or something. Just go do something else.
Right. Let
it's
it
over.
go.
Ghostbusters is over.
And they're going to put your movie as a coupon code in the set. It's all good. They're giving it away for free yet again.
Buy 3, get 1 free.
Yeah, they're giving it away for free again. It's how many times have they done that so far?
Yeah, when you buy 3, get 1 free, they always charge you for the most valuable stuff, and then they give you the cheapest.
Right.
thing.
I mean, personally, if I was getting something free, I'd rather have one of the animated shows. But that's just me.
Cracker Jack prize.
Because he's white.
Anyway, I can't look. This whole thing was manufactured. He knew damn well what he was doing. He probably did have a conversation with Sony behind the scenes and said, "Nah, we're just not including it." And he had a shit fit on Twitter.
The real question is, why are people choosing Christmas Day to send real hate at the director of a movie at Camp 2016? Because Hope computer generated. Dipshit went out and called Sony and the fans out on the 22nd.
Yeah, by the time most people realized this had happened, it was like Christmas Eve.
Not even that.
Yeah.
I guarantee you most people wrote him before that.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, you're Christmas Day. I bet you money it's not all about on Christmas Day. I just think it's funny because they're like, well, why are people bringing it up now? Because Paul started it.
Yeah, Paul started it. So, typical crybaby. He wasn't getting enough attention. He lost. I mean, 2016 is over. It's done with. It's a footnote. Unless it isn't. I mean, again, I've said multiple times, you watch. What they're going to do is they're going to be like, oh yeah, Afterlife was a big hit. Let's have the Ghostbusters multiverse.
Mm-hmm. You said it. Give them the opportunity to do it.
Yeah. So you know what? You might get your wish. You might get another.
I just think it's funny to me because it's like, you're allowed to like that movie. No one's telling you can't like the movie. Oh, and in the comments, of course, there was the normal, like I said, that's how the misogynists are and all that bullshit. Same narrative because they're too dumb to come up with a new one.
No.
But it's just like, you might still get another movie. We don't know. I mean, I think it'd be really a waste of money on Sony's part. But who the hell knows? I just think it's funny that he started it. He goes out and starts a fight, and then he's like, they're harassing me on Christmas. Ha 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 ha, losers. I'm like, ha 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 ha. You didn't get a DVD. You got a free coupon.
Yeah, right? Like, come on.
That's a win. Good for you, Timmy.
Meanwhile, the Ghostbusters Ultimate Collection is adding the 114-minute never-before-seen preview cut of the 1984 movie.
Mm-hmm.
In this beautiful set. Now, I know some people said they're going to cancel over a coupon code. I'm like, why?
Well, if you want to, that's up to you. I mean, you do you. I'm not going to judge you either way.
Yeah, but what's going to happen is if you don't support this Ghostbusters,
That's true.
Their takeaway is going to be like, oh, we did this fan pleasing set and nobody wanted it.
That they must want more of the 2016.
Guess we're going to try something else.
Happen,
yeah,
honestly.
I mean, that's at the end of the day, they look at the bottom line, they look at how much money they made, and they look at what sells. And if it doesn't sell, there's not going to be more of it.
I don't personally care which one of the Ghostbusters or any of the Ghostbusters movies you like. You can like 2016. You can like all of them. Some people like all of them. I know, right? Because some people have this thing that if you like Afterlife, you hate 2016, and that makes you terrible. You can like all of them. I don't care.
Pinky Boo does.
Mm-hmm. The difference is, no one's calling you names for not liking Afterlife. They're just like, okay, you don't like it, no big deal. No one's attacking you, writing hit pieces for not liking Afterlife. Meanwhile, you have movie critics admitting to giving it a bad review so they could, promote Answer the Call. Yeah. I'm like, that's the difference. They can't understand this. What is the difference? The difference here is, if you don't like 2016, they call you names, they put tweets like this out and everything else. But if you don't like Afterlife, so it's like, oh, well, whatever. You don't have to.
Yeah, just wackadoo, man. I mean, this is it. He cannot stand that they've basically ignored his movie.
The thing is, it doesn't look good when people are going to hire him and they're like, well, you called Sony out publicly. Why do I hire you?
Okay, I'm going to tell you the truth. And here's the thing. I mean, this is Dan Aykroyd, said if you go back to some of his interviews. Now, he contradicts himself all the time, but he said in interviews before that they gave Paul Feig notes, studio and Dan Aykroyd and people, and said, look, do this, this, and this. The fans will eat it up. It'll make a better movie. This doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. And he just threw everything out. And he said that the studio was not happy with the amount of money he spent.
Oh, it's kind of like the Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah.
The Disney Star Wars trilogy.
So he's become Rian Johnson, basically. Like, oh, someday I'm going to get another Ghostbusters 2016. Yeah, okay. Someday I'm going to get my own trilogy.
Oh, that's one person. I love that it's good. Here, I told you it's good for smoking massages out of hiding against Mark. Sexism is noted. You realize there were women who also didn't like the 2016 film, right? No, because that blows the narrative.
Yeah, look. The movie itself for me isn't the issue. The fact that Paul, because it exists, whether you like it or not, the movie exists. You can completely ignore it.
That's what we usually do.
There are series out there that have entries. I mean, I'm thinking, you've got like Highlander.
I was just thinking Highlander.
Halloween, and you've got, all these other movie series, long-running series that ignore certain chapters, for whatever reason. Okay, and you're allowed to pick your own canon at that point.
It's like music. I always bring up, you can like an artist, not like every song on the record.
Yeah.
Or every record they put out. I mean, and you still can be a fan of that, and that's fine.
So back in the day, I was a huge U2 fan. I know it's kind of, U2. I had every one of their albums except for Pop because Pop sucked.
Mm-hmm. How dare you? You know what that means, right? You're an istophobic blankety blank because you didn't like that record, and I did, so you hurt my feelings.
It was disco.
I'm attacked.
It was disco.
I didn't like it.
It was horrible.
I don't even know what it is, but I'm just like that. They'd argue that they'd be like, I'm attacked because you didn't like what I liked. And that's the mentality. It's like I like it, you don't like it, so you're obviously a terrible person because I can't be a terrible person. But that's just it. That's not even the movie. It's the behavior around the movie. I mean, the movie, my opinion, it sucked. But his behavior and the behavior of the journos, and that kind of stuff, that is the issue.
That's the thing. Because, the last 4 or 5 years, and this is what I'm talking about, that pendulum swinging. The last 4 or 5 years, journalists and studios and these, geek influencers, I'm using finger quotes here, have bullied and talk down to fans of many, many different franchises. And guys like Feig were kind of leading the charge, egging people on. And now that he's been ignored, you're seeing that he's not just silently stepping back like he told everybody else to do. Basically, before it was like, well, this movie isn't for you. Just shut up. It was kind of the attitude. And now it's like, okay, well, this box...
You have to like it.
Yeah. This box set isn't for you. It doesn't include your movie. It has nothing to do with your continuity. Why are you so ass mad? And why are you calling out Sony publicly? Because you're not taking your own advice. Same with the people that were pissed off about the Rise of Skywalker walking back The Last Jedi. It's like, well, Last Jedi still exists. You can go watch it anytime you want to.
I mean, oh my God, The Last Jedi, the pure hatred, vomiting, spewing toxic bullshit that the media put out there because people didn't like it was unbelievable. But then when it came back on them, then they whined and gave it a bad review. I didn't watch it. It might suck. I don't know. Same for She-Ra. Like all the She-Ries, like, well, you don't understand because it meant something to me. And, it's not for you. Go watch. You have your show. Go watch your show then. It's not for you. And they announce a reboot again.
I know, right?
And they're like, how dare you?
I fucking love it. I love it because here's the thing. Like, now is your time to show
grow
us.
up?
Yes, to show us man babies, to show us
How to
entitled
behave?
fans how to behave. And you can either take your own advice and just, let things play out without saying boo about it. And that wasn't intentional. It wasn't a pun. Or you can act like a man baby yourself. And the fact that he publicly called out Sony the way that he did and had a hissy fit, because I guarantee you there were phone calls made and he didn't get anywhere. So he decided to weaponize Twitter.
That's it. And then after the fact, there was no reason to say that after Christmas. There was none. Other to keep it going.
Yep. Just, it's all one. They just attack me for no reason. I don't understand.
Do I believe people are writing him nastygrams?
sure
Yes,
they are.
I'm 100% sure they are. People write us nastygrams all the time. You know what? There's a mute button for a reason.
Yeah, just mute them and move on. You're supposed to be the bigger person, right? I mean, this is these Hollywood celebrities. They're like, you're not allowed to say anything. Just, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Don't say anything. Keep your mouth shut. That's what they all tell us, and when push comes to shove, they're worse than a lot of us are. So whatever.
And don't harass people. Like
Don't
if
harass
that
people.
guy's telling the truth, there's no need to call him at his house and threaten to dox him and his kids, which we've been in that position, so we know what that's like. People trying to dox your kids. Don't do that.
Yeah,
It just gives them what they want.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's the thing too. And the pendulum is swinging. It has to swing away from people getting into freaking, threats of physical violence over fucking cartoon shows and movies and video games. Like,
They're gonna dox someone's kids because of a movie.
Yeah, or threaten to punch somebody. Well, actually punching somebody over tabletop games and
It's
YouTube.
insane.
And
Don't do
it's
that.
Idiotic. Don't.
I mean, I understand there's passion involved, but don't. It doesn't help anybody. It actually just makes the situation worse. And it gives them ammo to go crying about it and then admitting that they deliberately, tanked something else on Twitter.
Yeah. So pretty interesting. Again, you're going to see, I think next year, you are going to see a lot more of this because I think we're going to see studios now focus, especially after Spider-Man being such a crowd pleaser. We're going to see studios kind of like walking it back and being like, oh, we need to make movies that fans like.
Then they'll make money.
And then we'll make lots and lots of money. Oh, okay. Let's do this over again. Let's try this again.
And they're going to scream louder.
Yes, they will.
And they're going to call more names because, don't you know, it's okay when they do it. They're not an istophobic asshole. Only you are.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys.
One more thing. That's for you, Paul.
I don't think he's going to kiss back.
No. He doesn't know what I was gesturing to either.
Okay. He might get the finger, though. He likes to flip people.
Apparently. So do I, so it works for me.
All right. We're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.